Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Should You Take That Case? And our goal here, as always, is to be a resource for legal professionals like yourselves who pursue medically related cases. And we do that by sharing our experiences and insights and those of our attorney guests, be they defense or plaintiff attorneys. It's me, Lisa Wade, your friendly neighborhood legal nurse consultant and owner of Wade Nurse Consultants. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your precious time with us today. It is usually what we do here is use this as an opportunity to get to know members of our private LinkedIn group, the Attorney Medical Records Resource Group. That's where we get all of our lively attorney guests that we interview. Now, let's also just take this opportunity before we get started to um, go over to our chat, see if anybody is here live. If you are, put an L in that chat so we can see you and say hello. If you're an attorney visiting us today from our Attorney Medical Record Resource Group, put an A in that chat. If you are a member of Women Owned Law, that is a wonderful group, an organization, a groundbreaking group created to connect and advance women legal entrepreneurs. Put a W in that chat. Women Owned Law is having a membership drive this month. If you join a new member this month, you will get a discount on your membership. So look that up on womenownedlaw.org and take a peek, see if it's an organization you can get behind. Today, we are going to have an attorney guest, Michelle Tiger. We're going to find out all the wonderful details about how she became an attorney, what she enjoys most about that. We're going to get to learn all about her in just a moment. But first, let's make take a peek at what, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. Let me go and tell you a little bit more about Michelle Tiger. She has been practicing law since 1985, starting off in insurance defense, then transitioning after 18 years to plaintiffs, catastrophic injury, and mass torts. She's currently of counsel at Yoman and Caputo, and she is also a personal trainer. She has 3 sons, and her youngest is in his second year of law at Temple University Law School. Now I bring to you Michelle Tiger. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Usually I'm pretty good, maybe a little flustered today. My apologies.
No worries. No worries.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us today. We are going to learn all about, how you handle those medical records that come up when you are having these injury cases. But first, as always, we want to know all the details. What led you into this career choice, this area of law?
Well, I started off pre-med actually in undergraduate, and then I got to organic chemistry, and for the first time in my life did not understand what was going on. I think I blew up about $100 worth of glassware in the lab. Boiling chips are important, I've learned since that time. And then I took my first politics class and I started writing and reading, and I found that that was really where my strength was and where my interest was. So that led me to then apply to law school. And then from there, I got my first job in an insurance defense firm. I actually started clerking there in my second year and started there doing primarily product liability. So that's how I started.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-med. Yeah, seems to be a mix between pre-med and law, and an exchange back and forth of members. So, I how about you tell me
Mhm.
what happens when you how do you choose the cases that you work on? How do you know that they are viable cases? How do you decide if you should take that case?
Okay. So we handle catastrophic injury, which means life altering cases, life altering injuries. If someone has died or someone has some bodily function that is permanently and forever impaired. So we look at medical malpractice cases and also product liability cases. And you have to look, first of all, you have to see whether or not there's liability. Was there medical negligence? Did the medical negligence cause this injury? Is the injury catastrophic? And you look carefully at the medical records, you take a careful history. You have to know the law, you have to know what cases you can pursue and what you can't. And we like to give the clients a very comprehensive response about our opinion of their case in a short amount of time. We want to tell you, yes, we think you have something here, or no, we don't. And you're free to, here's your statute of limitations, and you're free to talk to someone else. But this is what we see, because it's very hard for people that are seeking this type of advice. They want to know, they want an answer and they want it to be explained to them. And so a lot of what I do is to explain to someone, yes, I think we can help you, or no, we can, and this is why.
Okay, so it sounds like soft tissue injuries, cervical collars, a little time off work. That's not what you manage.
Not a catastrophic injury, no, no.
All right.
Yeah.
And when those injuries come, I know there are tons and thousands of pages of medical records that
Yeah.
are part of that whole experience. What kind of protocol do you have in place to attack and organize or decipher those medical records?
We like to get the records electronically, so we're
Mm.
not, because you can be buried in paper. Lots of facilities now will give you the records on disk or in some other kind of way that you can search on the computer, which is much easier. And
Mhm.
so the lawyers in our firm all have a lot of experience looking at medical records, but we also have a nurse paralegal, because it's you want to be able to carefully look at it and in an expeditious manner. You don't want it to sit and linger. You really want to take a close look at this for the client as quickly and completely as you can.
Mhm. Yeah, well, it sounds like having a nurse expert on staff can help with that, getting things done in a timely manner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
She and the other paralegals in our firm also. It's I think we work as a team to really evaluate it, and everyone has their own, job in what we do and what comes in. And so it works. It works.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, what, if anything, do you find the most bothersome, the most puzzling, the most just perplexing thing about those medical records? Your pet peeve, as it is, as you will.
My pet peeve is that a lot of the electronic records now are so repetitive that you might
Mhm.
see the same history and physical repeated, not like 50 times, maybe 100 times in a large chart, and it's repeated. And so sometimes if you have something that is there might be a small error or something that's just repeated, repeated, repeated.
Mhm.
And it just takes a lot of time to like just get past all that. Yeah, that's my pet peeve.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Getting through those canned answers, those, those slots, those checklists, it
yes,
doesn't, may not seem like the real meat and truth of the story.
right. But you have to look at it, but then you have to go through, I don't know. It's that's aggravating, but
Mhm.
I understand why they do it.
Well, I do too, but
Yeah,
it's not always the same exact reason why, but we'll move on.
we won't go there. Yeah.
We won't go there. Lastly, and you've given a lot of good information here. What advice do you have left for any newbie attorneys or
Mm.
veteran attorneys when it comes to dealing with these medical cases and the records, and whether they should or shouldn't take this case, and how they decide how they review these I guess medical case screenings? What advice do you have for them?
I think the advice that I would give, and I think that it comes from feedback I've gotten from clients or referral attorneys who, sent us cases to look at,
Mhm.
is that they appreciate an in-depth review and an explanation to them, in especially for the clients themselves, in words they can understand. So not throwing a lot of medical terminology or legal terminology, and then also being empathetic to the client to
Mm.
say, I know that you went through something that is terrible, that you were treated poorly or that this happened, but let me explain to you how it works for us if we're going to file a lawsuit. We have a very high burden of proof. We have to prove that there was medical negligence, that it caused your injury. And even though you were poorly treated, even though you went through something that's horrific, the good news is that you're feeling better and you're going to, live and continue to live. It's not such good news in terms of a lawsuit, but I like to explain it to them that way, because lots of times they come to you in crisis and they're very upset, and you have to connect with them and let them know that you hear them, but you want to give them. I'm not going to tell someone, yes, I think it's something, yes, you're treated terribly, that was awful, when I don't think that there's something legally I can do for them. It's not fair. It's not fair to them, and I'm not being honest. So I'm going to give them an honest assessment, and explain it to them and tell them if they still have any questions, they can call me, they can email me. I think that's the best way to move forward on this.
Well, as I'm sure lay people definitely appreciate you giving them the true straight story of what can get done legally or not. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, it's you give wonderful advice. So, and I'm so glad that you were here today sharing all of your knowledge, all of your experiences, all of your insights. And I'm so glad you were here. And now comes to the time in our show, which is a question answer period. And I think you might be ready to answer any questions that anybody may have. Is that right?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Excellent. Well, while everyone is getting together their questions to put inside the comments box, get them together, make them as tough as you need to, because Michelle is here. She's a tough cookie. She can handle it. So while you're getting all of those questions, it's time for what we call a small commercial break, and then we'll get right back to the Q&A. Now, here at Wade Nurse Consultants, we are legal nurse consultants. And what we do here is give a brief summary of medical records that come with those catastrophic injury cases like Michelle works on. And we give the attorneys a 1 to 2 page synopsis and opinion regarding the merits, the medical merits of their cases. And I do that by using my 30 plus years of nursing experience to make quick work of medical case screening. So if you're watching this and you have your own nurse paralegal on staff, this isn't for you. But if you are ready to jump into your backlog of screenings that are sitting on your desk, or if you need to get clarity on medical issues and free yourself to focus on the legal strategies that you have, then this is what you do. Right now, we are offering at Wade Nurse Consultants a free 15-20-minute medical case strategy call. We'll help you hone an efficient, timely, and cost-effective routine around your medical cases. So inside the comment box or the description box of this YouTube channel, you will find a link where you can schedule that call. And now back to Q&A for Michelle Tiger. Let's take a peek, Michelle.
Okay.
In the comments, do we have any questions? Not yet. So,
Okay.
so this is what we do. A lot of times, if people have questions, that come up, they'll catch the replay. And what we just want you to know, inside the description box of this YouTube channel, we put Michelle's contact information so you can reach out to her directly, or you can still put that question in this comment box and we will forward it on to Michelle. So I think we may be at the end of our program this week, Michelle.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. And I have one question for you.
Yep.
Will you come back again?
I would love to. It was my pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, it was wonderful having you. You make things very interesting, very delightful, and I would love to have you back again.
That would be great.
All right. So right now, I think we've come to at the end of another episode. Let me just give gentle reminders to everyone to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click on and turn on your notifications so you can get the word when the next episode is going to appear. But you could also put it in your personal calendar. We're going to be here next week. We're here every Monday, 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and join us for another episode of Should You Take That Case? Thanks for coming, Michelle.
Thank you.